Hey, what is up? Today's Try Hard. We are riding with Mihao in the Renegade, and there's reason to believe that the Renegade will be the last tank on today's black market final tank, and that's why I wanted to feature the Renegade today. In the Try Hard series finals, Try Hard series videos, I usually feature the player's skill and play style to showcase the tank. But because the Renegade is one of the high likely candidates that's going to be featured as the last tank in the last day of Battle Pass, not Battle Pass, sorry, Black Market, I wanted to talk a little bit about the performance of this tank, or the stats about this tank, as we watch Mihao obliterate the enemy team in his Renegade. Now, the Renegade is one of those tanks which is, it was a reward tank for the missions, the marathon missions, I think, and it was kind of overlooked by a lot of people, but then after some time went by, people realized how strong and powerful this tank actually is. Now, in terms of tier 8 tanks, this is one of the highest tanks, highest win rate tanks. In terms of tier 8 tanks, tier 8 heavy tanks, it has the highest win rate. Now, overall, it is the second highest win rate behind the Chimera. Now, of course, Chimera is kind of special because you need to be some kind of special player grinding for those kind of tanks. It's usually the good players grinding for those reward tanks, and that's why the Chimera has a higher win rate than the Renegade. But in terms of regular tanks and premium tanks combined, the Renegade has the highest win rate. It does 360 damage, 226 standard ammunition penetration, and the premium shells have 255 penetrations, which is APCR. Why is it so good? Well, it has 2.4 seconds aim time. The dispersion is 0.36, which is like not bad but not the greatest. But in terms of dispersion, 0.36, you can get it down to about 0.32, which makes it like really good. If you're running food, if you have a BIA crew, that's basically all you need to get it down to 0.32 dispersion, which makes this a very competitive beast. But what is especially special, or especially good about the gun handling of this tank, is the moving dispersion. The hull traverse dispersion and the turret traverse dispersion. These, of course, are the hidden stats that you don't get when you are looking in the garage. These you have to search for these soft stats on sites like Tanks GG. The moving dispersion 0.14, the hull traverse dispersion 0.14, the turret traverse dispersion 0.10. This makes the tank extremely good firing on the move, considering this is a heavy tank. Most heavy tanks have terrible dispersions, especially if you are driving one of those Soviet heavy tanks. Now, our friend Mihao here is showing off his skill, and what is his special skill here? He is down 4 tanks. His team is down 4 tanks, but you can see him trying to look. If you look at the map, you can see what's going on. The team is basically holding the town or the city, the west side of the city. They're holding pretty well, but they've completely lost the east side or the field. And what Mihao is doing here is he's keeping an eye on the map, and he is deciding which position he wants to go. Now, he could have gone back to his base to try and defend the base, but he's decided to fight on the one line and destroy the TS5 and KV4 right in front of him here, because this is where a situation where he can control the fight. He just needs to side scrape and take on the TS5 on his own, and it won't be a problem. If you were paying attention to the mini-map as he was fighting in the city, you would have noticed that the standard B was actually AFK throughout half the game, and he just logged in again, or just resumed his connection to his internet, and he is alive. So Mihao has left the Standard B on his own. Standard B is probably going to die in the base, fighting 3 tanks on his own, but during that time where the enemy team can be delayed by that Standard B in his team, he has used all his time to destroy that TS5, and now he is coming around, and it is still 9 versus 12. He is still 3 tanks down, so it's not looking good for him, not looking good for his team. He's 3 tanks down, but if you look at the HP, the team has got pretty healthy HP. There's only 3 of them left, but they have 69 HP more than the 6 tanks left on the enemy team. So a lot of them have very low HP, and here he's going to side scrape against the Standard B and then take a shot at him. And while that Standard B charges him down and misses that shot, he's going to finish him off with 1 shell there. Bounce another shell from the 53 TP. If you look at his HP, he has not lost even 1 HP. There is the first time he's lost HP. In fact, he's lost 28 HP from the artillery, and just like that, he has already racked up 5,202 damage. He has already blocked 2,020 damage, and he is rushing back to the base, ignoring the heavy tank and the projectile 46, rushing back to the base because the base is being capped. He wants to make sure at least he'll get a reset and prolong the time so that he can actually have a chance to not just do more damage but also win the game for his team. The UDES has captured the base, but he has bounced his first shot on the Renegade, and our friend Mihao is just doing damage on the UDES. The UDES is not in a good position. He needs to get out of the camp and actually try to rush the Renegade. Now, if you're a good player, you are always going to protect your HP and save your HP for the end game. Now that our friend Mihao is still has full HP, what he should have done is just basically YOLO these 2 guys, trade his HP and get more damage out of these 2 guys without wasting much time, because he is in full HP. But you know, when you're a good player and you have the mindset of conserving your HP for the end game, you kind of get into a cycle like what our friend has here right now. He is full HP, but he didn't think of trading his HP to get the kill shots on both those tanks. He was still playing cat and mouse around the buildings with that UDES and projectile 46. Maybe in hindsight he figured out, yeah, I'm full HP, I might as well just YOLO in, take 2 shots and get the both, secure the kills for the projectile 46 and the UDES 16, and then have more time to search out the artillery and finish that game off. But sometimes that happens even to the best players, as it did with our friend Mihao here. He takes a big hit from the artillery as a parting shot, but he manages to secure the kill for the 6th kill and top gun. So not just the ace tanker, he also got the top gun high caliber, and because he shot into the base on the UDES 1516, he also got the defender badge, 6,243 damage, securing 6 kills, fired 24 shots, he hit 23 of them and penned 20 of them. A really good game from the Renegade and our friend Mihao. Hopefully this will be the last tank in the black market and we can all score a sweet heavy tank which we can grind credits from and pad our win rate and train our American heavy tank crews. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.